Because Ruben shouted us out on Twitter on his pod, because he always he'll just randomly tweet sometimes and just be like, "Yo,
he made me the fan of the day or the follower of the day on Saturday." I feel like it was only
he made you follow of the day.
Made me follow the day.
You know, I've never been follower of the day. Crazy.
It be your own niggas,
right? Ruben, you're gonna hear this because this is probably gonna be the intro.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Next thing we should probably talk about is, we've mentioned it many times on here, just in terms of athletes and politics. You know what I'm saying? I think this is, especially in the day of today, living in America, this is such a relevant topic. And once again, shout out to LeBron, because he always doing GOAT shit off the court and on the court, but more so off the court. So him and Ibrahimovic, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, if y'all don't know who he is, European soccer player. He's actually really fucking good too.
No, he is
honestly, that's still my guy.
Listen.
Who would his comparison be? Like he's probably he's like a LeBron-esque for soccer fans.
He like the KD of soccer.
Because it's like Messi, Ronaldo, and Zlatan's up there.
Messi, Ronaldo.
You talking about current players?
Yeah.
Zlatan's like a little bit
our generation.
Honestly, Zlatan's like Melo.
Because Melo?
He had years of greatness. He still is. I would say at this point he's still
hooping.
He's still, but
kicking.
Think about it. He spent time away. He got hurt. The difference is Melo didn't get hurt, but he got hurt. People didn't think he was going to be able to come back. He went to the MLS when no one wanted him. Cooked.
Oh my God, he was out there cooking.
Rob niggas. Yeah. My son collected it. Let's not leave that out here too. He collected a check out here.
Yeah, and then went back to playing high levels.
Yep. I know he's on AC Milan right now.
Yeah, so, again, second tour. Mm-hmm. So I think it's more of that because when he was at his peak, he was up there and people forget. Mm-hmm. But and also he just gives some of the best interview moments and shit.
Yes,
he speaks in the third person.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that is Zlatan.
Lions don't care about the opinion of sheep.
Yes, but let me just read part of the interview that went down. This is him speaking on LeBron. He is phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like when people have some kind of status and they do politics. I play football because I'm the best in playing football. That's the first mistake people do when they become famous and they come in a certain status. Stay out of it. Just do what you're best at because it doesn't look good. This reminds me a lot of the shut up and just dribble kind of narrative. Yeah. I'm interested to hear y'all thoughts.
So I disagree with what he's saying, but playing devil's advocate to an extent, and this isn't just because I like Zlatan.
All right, Brad.
To me, this kind of just reminds me of the whole Jordan thing again. And to me, it goes into him sharing his opinion and it being strong like that and just don't get involved versus the thing of you don't have to. You know what I mean? We had that conversation where it's you don't have, just because you're famous or you're a famous athlete, doesn't mean that you have to talk about it. Right? You don't have to choose a side. You don't have to do all that. Do I think LeBron should use his platform and keep doing what he's doing? Absolutely, though. Mm-hmm. So that's where I disagree, especially with him talking about LeBron. I feel like if he was just making a general statement about athletes, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I feel like because he mentioned it about LeBron, you're like, all right, you're definitely wrong in this situation. Mm-we
Yeah, that's what I
but
take.
Not everyone wants to be an activist.
Yeah, right. From one perspective, I think we can all agree. Not every athlete or celebrity needs to be talking about politics because there are some really uninformed and dumb celebrities and actors.
Michael Porter Jr.
Exactly, right? So he's not somebody Michael Porter Jr. is not somebody I want. What was it?
Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac, right? But the difference is LeBron's not really talking. LeBron's talking about things that affect us, his community, Black Lives Matter and everything. That's something we have to live with every single day. It's not like it's a political bill or something like that. I just don't agree with wearing let's say it's like, I don't agree with wearing a mask, or like, oh, I don't agree that taxes should be this high or things like that. No, like, it's shit we got to live with every single day. So him saying, LeBron speaking out on cops killing unarmed black people isn't really a political thing. It's more of like just a societal, hey, can you guys that are supposed to protect us and employed to protect us stop killing us? That's the difference. So with Zlatan coming after LeBron like that, he just falls under the
It's going to be lumped in with the shut up and dribble because that's basically what he said.
Because that's what
it was directed at him.
So if Zlatan is correct in the sense of not everybody should, but when speaking directly about LeBron James and everything that he's done, and now is LeBron the best advocate for political stuff and all that? No. But nobody is. Like, I don't think there really is any.
There is no best.
There is no best.
Yeah,
he's good, but there's also things you could find fault with, with LeBron on things he said sometimes,
you can't
or how
please
he's
everyone.
gone about. You can't, right? So it is what it is.
And I feel like for the most part, at least, we don't got to take too much stock into really what he's saying, because we kind of understand, like, yo, he lives here, he lives there. And shit happens a lot differently there than it does in America.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just, the point blank period. I wouldn't expect somebody who's making all this money and kind of, I don't really know how it is over there, so I can't really say if he grew up privileged or not, but I knew how I grew up and I know how black people grow up. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really, like, understand that if
the American experience as an outsider.
Exactly. So I think, whereas in Europe, especially as a white person who, isn't really... I don't want to say he doesn't look too much from the normal, but you know what I'm saying, it's a lot different growing up here. And I think that's kind of what where he really lost me at. Because I was really trying to figure out, like, where could you possibly be coming from to say, and this kind of going over what Justin's saying, like, the shit that be going on in America is we should just kind of stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man grew up poor, talking about LeBron, and, this man created a school in his own area, basically, what I'm saying?
And he funded by himself.
And he even said it, that he got all of these kids that look up to him because he got to be there, because they might not necessarily have somebody to be there. But like I said, it's different. And America is a big place. Shit happens so much differently everywhere. But for the one thing that we can say that stays the same is that black people are mistreated everywhere.
It's interesting that he goes after LeBron, because I would say there's another NBA player that's been very outspoken about political stuff. One, Enes Kanter. And say what you want about Enes Kanter on the basketball court. I think everybody, when the whole situation with him and, like, his country literally saying he couldn't go back, and then, like, his father being taken...
He has literal assassins come after him.
Like, his father was taken as a political prisoner and shit like that. Like, nobody was saying, hey, Enes, don't talk about this shit. Everybody was behind Enes and was supporting him and shit like that. Like, he couldn't... what was it? He couldn't travel to...
He's still... Turkey.
He can't travel out of the country,
He can't travel out of the country because they took his passport.
Because of fear of his life?
Yeah. So, like, if the Blazers were to do, like, one of those, like, games in China or London, he can't go. Yeah. Because they took his passport.
It's not going to be any games in China anymore.
Well, I mean, but like one of the games in Mexico, right? LeBron, talk about China. No, but yeah, if Zlatan, him coming after LeBron when there's other people that speak out against stuff, especially. Oh, and also the thing that's happening with the Rangers with with Artemi Panarin.
Yes.
All right,
just
give us a background on that real quick.
Yeah.
So real quick background: the Russian government basically is trying to blackmail
In
him.
Soviet Russia.
Yeah. They're basically trying to blackmail him because he speaks out against, he opposes, like Putin and all that stuff. So they're trying to blackmail him with the
sexual assault case.
With the sexual assault case.
Yeah.
So he had to leave the Rangers for an undisclosed, period of time to go back there and like
help him. Because mind you, most of his family is like in Russia.
In Russia,
now.
yeah. So like he got to go back to go protect them. But
like he's gonna protect them against the KGB.
Yeah, him physically.
I mean, but like, hey, he's got to do something.
Hockey players are crazy. My only thing with what you're saying. Oh, sorry.
No.
I was just gonna say I just feel like LeBron's the easiest target in that because he's the biggest fixture.
Yep.
But also they were talking about him, so I feel like I guess the one thing is if you asked him about Enes Kanter, if you asked him about the other athletes, does he say the same thing? That's what the question is.
And do I think he says the same thing? Probably not.
Maybe about the Rangers player, just because he's from Sweden, so he's probably with the whole European thing. He's probably, he probably shouldn't.
But I
fuck
feel
with
like
Russia.
with Enes Kanter, because Kanter's from what,
Turkey.
And where is that in relation?
It's
to
it's close to the Middle East. closer.
But it's still
No, it's not.
But it's still a European country, though.
Yeah.
So it's like
a lighter East.
Zlatan should know about all the this craziness that be going on in like those European countries.
Yeah.
Like the Ukraines and all those other places. So
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I agree. I
because
just
if
feel
not
like
the
LeBron's an
athletes,
easy
then
target.
who's gonna speak up on that? I also find it ironic that people tell LeBron to stay out of politics, and yet they also want him to be the face of the athletes to take the vaccine. I'm like,
Well,
whoa.
we literally just talking about that last
Go
week.
listen to that episode from last week if you haven't, guys. It was actually a great episode.
It was.
It was.
we
I
love
was there.
servicing the
I didn't
fans.
listen, but I was there.
Yes, Matt was also there.
We
too.
were servicing the fans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were.
Shout out to Miles wore gray sweatpants.
Yes.
I wear gray sweatpants this week, but the
Yeah.
bulge isn't as nice.
All right. Well,
Anyway, last point on the NBA though.
Okay, real quick. I just saw a tweet from Vincent Goodwill. Shout out to him. Where it just says, which Indiana Pacers are going to ask Doug about what his daddy said? So that got me curious, and I
Doug
looked it
McDermott?
up. Yeah. Do you guys know what happened?
What,
What
his
Dougie
boss?
McDermott-
So
his dad
yeah,
do?
so if you didn't know, his dad is the coach at Creighton,
Creighton, yes.
and it's just so bad. He used he basically was like trying to make an example and using like a phrase, but the phrase is racist as fuck.
Oh, no.
Guys, we got to stick together. We need both feet in. I need everyone to stay on the plantation. I can't have anybody leave the plantation.
Damn.
Can you say tone deaf?
Yeah. And then I'm not going to read his apology because I honestly don't care, but he had a notes apology that he tweeted
Oh,
saying
yeah,
I'm
the notes
sorry.
apology.
It ain't real if it's
And-
not the notes apology,
Yeah, and
man.
Creighton released a statement. But
That's hilarious.
Wow.
hold on. In the article it says perhaps McDermott meant to say off the reservation, which is still bad.
That's still bad.
My goodness. Well, let's put it into perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's bad, but is it? I mean, listen. They just
it is
Don't do
bad.
that.
Yes, don't do that.
I'm
Don't
just
do that.
Listen, I'm
Don't do
just
that.
saying.
Don't play a Preston Olympics.
As a Kyrie Irving
Don't do
supporter,
it.
I will not have you slander the
Don't
Native
play a
Americans.
Preston Olympics.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Just stop right there. Don't
wa-
say anything.
no.
Hit delete. Hit delete on the tweet.
Just stop. Don't even.
Nigga, yo,
Don't even.
he's going full Connor.
Don't.
from social studies.
You don't need to keep going.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
yeah. So who's pressing Doug on
Hey,
the
man.
Pacers?
Hey, well,
I don't think you gotta press dog. Like,
yeah,
damn.
Sabonis got to do it. Sabonis got to do it.
Oh yeah, the nigga from Gonzaga. Yeah.
Why is your father so racist? Why
do you
does he
think that-
say such mean things about black people?
Why is that?
Why is
how
he
Sabonis
African
sound?
now?
I don't know. I
Wow.
can't do whatever. Hey man, listen.
Just digging yourself a hole. But yeah,
Yes.
you know, that's one of those things where it's like, he didn't. His heart was in the right place.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
No, it wasn't. No,
Maybe.
it wasn't.
Not the diet racism.
Diet racism.
Nah,
wasn't.
it's like one of those. Nah,
Man's just smoking tobacco-less
that shit's
fucking
hilarious.
cigarettes.
Kind of like that. Kind of like that
Switch to
situation.
sweets, no weed.
Basically,
Sweets.
kind of that situation going on in Texas right now with the University of Texas, the Eyes of Texas song.
Yeah.
and the players being upset about that. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
so basically, you know how we have at Temple, like every school has their alma mater
Yeah.
song. Yeah,
The Texas one's racist. Big
yeah,
surprise.
yeah, and it's basically it has undertone. There's nothing overtly racist in the song, but it has undertones of like basically, a
Racism.
master look, keeping watch over slaves. Like it's not overtly like you have to like if you hear it straight out, you're like, all right, it's no big deal. Then you run it back and you're like, wait a second,
Yeah, bro, it's like the new Tupac song.
records going skip. No,
I wrote this song a long time ago.
Wait.
A real long time ago. Shout out to Kendall.
Hey, way before Slim Shady was in demand. Way before I dropped baloney on that. Okay, I gotta bleep it out because we gotta say, Yeah.
But anyways,
I wrote this song in '94.
all right. So back to my last NBA point.
Yes.
Girl with the pudding stain on the back. What the
Ew.
fuck is that? It might be doo-doo.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy, that's about it, right?
I mean, it was a good episode. We laughed a little bit. We cried a little bit.
Yep. We
got
disagreed.
moist.
We argued. We got moist. Yeah. Is it all in all good day? That's all you can really do. So yeah, that concludes episode 79 of the Saratobi Sports Podcast.
Yep.
Anybody have some final thoughts, John?
No.
All right, Miles.
You know the vibes. Y'all can follow me on the gram, worldwidewest_11. I'm getting vaccinated this week. So, if any
What?
I don't know. That's what you meant by final thoughts. By final thoughts or thoughts.
Well, we can run.
No,
run it
no,
back
go
to-
ahead.
All right. But yeah. So if y'all got any questions for me going forward about that, y'all can hit my personal Instagram. Try to get this virus shit over with. Wear a mask and Black Lives Matter as always.
All right. Matt, what about you?
Happy to be here.
Oh yeah.
Another good week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to next week. It's kind of all we could do. They had us in the first half.
Facts.
Just gotta get back in the gym and focus on next week.
Hell yeah.
Get a new game plan.
All right, and that's it. Later, everybody.
That's not how we end this at all.
Oh no.
At all.
Oh.
Well, I was literally sitting here like when you said final thoughts, I'm like, okay, that's either closing thoughts.
Oh.
Because when we go into like
No.
tags, you didn't even. I'm thinking you're gonna go follow us, and then you
damn,
go, guys.
You're right. All right. So then you know what, you're gonna be the closer from now. You are Mariano to the shits. Sorry. Jeff. All right,
was like,
close it out, John.
bruh.
I'm Kyle Farnsworth. You're Mariano.
Yeah. So since you forgot,
See,
remember
look at
to
that.
follow us at Sartobi Sports on YouTube, on Twitter and Instagram. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel Sartobi Sports Podcast.
Do it now.
You guys can follow me at Offended Narwhal on Twitter. Go if you're listening, go watch. If you're watching, go listen. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Because honestly, I think we put out some pretty good content, and I think more people should know about it. But thank you guys for listening, and we will catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins.